Hello, my name is John Magill. I'm one of the co-curators on the exhibition A Closer Look. Our first pairing includes a photograph of Canal Street, which was taken by J.D.Edwards in 1859 from the roof of the United States Custom House. It's looking at the 500 block of the street, which is today the site of the Sheraton Hotel. The view is interesting in that it shows several major buildings in the city's warehouse district, several of them fairly new at the time, like Slocum's. And also in the background you can see the roof of the St. Charles Hotel, sort of the tower on the skyline at that time. Also very noticeable are the addresses in the fronts of the buildings. They're written very large, and they're very different from the addresses we're used to today. The current numbering system in New Orleans only dates to 1894, at which time each block was identified by a 100 number. In the 1850s, addresses on Canal Street and every street in New Orleans began at a particular point. In the case of Canal Street, the river, it started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just consecutively down to the end of the street. As you can notice here, these are around 73, 77 for that part of Canal Street. The new numbering system had gone into effect in 1853 when the city was reunified. Prior to that, it was made up of 3 separate municipalities, but to make the street numbering consistent, a new numbering system was arranged. It could be rather confusing because you had different numbers from one street to the next, but nevertheless, it was better than the earlier systems that the city had had. You can also notice that while the uptown side of Canal Street was the even side of the street, there are still some buildings that had their odd numbers on the sides of the buildings. Paired with this photograph is a map dating from 1883 when the same numbering system was in use. It's the Robinson Fire Insurance map of New Orleans, in which every building and every address in the city is identified. You can find these buildings on that particular map with the addresses that are shown on the buildings along Canal Street. You can also see the great width of Canal Street at that time as well, which can also be found in other photographs of Canal Street by J.D.Edwards, which he took at the same time.